So are you also adding the details manually into your Google Sheets? Then this video is definitely for you. So hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect, and in this video we are going to understand how to add Cognito Forms submission in Google Sheets. So over here I'm running a digital marketing agency and we collect the details of our potential clients with the help of Cognito Forms. So now what I want is that as soon as we receive the new details of our potential clients with the help of Cognito Forms, automatically the details of that potential client should be added to my Google Sheets. That too without any manual efforts. So to do this, we are going to create a connection between Cognito Forms and Google Sheets. To create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So do you also want to create this automation for your business? For that, you have to come with me towards my screen.
Welcome to my screen everyone. So in this video I'll guide you through the process of automatically sending your Cognito Forms submissions into your Google Sheets. So with this integration using Pabbly Connect, every time someone submits a form in Cognito Form, the data is directly added as a new row in your Google Sheets. This automation helps you to maintain an organized record of your submission, eliminates manual data entry, and ensure you can easily analyze and manage the form response in one place. So let's get started with a really simple example. So let's say that my name is dummy user and I'm going to fill in this digital marketing consultation request form. Alright, so as you can see that I've entered all of my details right over here, and now I'm just going to click on this submit. And as soon as we are going to click on this submit, yes, you can see that we have successfully filled in this form. So yes, now I'm just going to open my Google Sheets, and yes, you can see the details have been added right over here automatically. You can see the same details which we entered. You can see the same name, the business name, the email, the phone number, and the service interested in. So yes, this is the automation we are going to create in today's video. And if you also want to create this automation for your business, then you have to watch this video till the end. So to do this, I've simply opened the landing page of Pabbly by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. It is very easy, and as soon as we are going to open the landing page of Pabbly, we are going to get two options. One is sign in and the other one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on this sign up for free and you are going to get 100 of tasks free every month to explore the application. But over here I'm an existing user, so I'm just going to click on this sign in, and as soon as we are going to click on this sign in, it is opening all Pabbly apps. Over here you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video, we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm just going to click on this access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connect account. And as soon as we're going to click on this access now, it is opening my dashboard. And to start with the automation, we have to click on this blue button right over here which says create workflow. And as soon as we're going to click on that blue button, now it is asking me for the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So over here I want to save the workflow in this folder which says automations, and I want to name my workflow as this, which says how to add Cognito Forms submission in Google Sheets. Cognito Forms to Google Sheets, and then we are going to click on create. And as soon as we are going to click on create, it is opening the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. So trigger and actions are the two main principles on which the workflow will work. Alright, trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the trigger is the one who is going to give the commands to this workflow, and the actions are going to follow the same commands and response towards the same commands given by our trigger. Alright, so therefore we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger. So today what I want is, I want to add Cognito Forms submission in Google Sheets, right? So for my trigger we are going to select it as Cognito Forms, and for my action step we are just going to select it as Google Sheets. Alright, so my trigger application I'm just going to search for Cognito Forms right over here, and as you can see the same, so we are going to select it. And now for the trigger event we are going to select it as new entry. So basically trigger event is the event on which the workflow will start. So here what I want is that as soon as a new entry is made, my workflow should be triggered or started. So we're going to select the same as the trigger event. And as soon as we are going to select this trigger event, now it is giving me a webhook URL. So we're going to use this same webhook URL in order to create a connection between our Cognito Forms account and our Pabbly Connect's workflow. So what we have to do is first we are just going to copy this webhook URL and then we are going to follow this help text, and it is saying log into your Cognito Forms account. In your form submission settings, check the box next to post JSON data to a website. Yes, we are going to follow the same. I'm just going to open my Cognito Forms account, and over here you can see all the forms I have in my account. All right, but I want to create this automation only for a single form, which is this digital marketing consultation request. So I'm just going to open this form right from here. Now after opening the form for which we want to create this automation, right on the left side of the bar we have to go towards this which says post JSON data to a website. So we have to switch this on right from here. All right, and now after switching this on, over here you can see submit entry endpoint. So what we have to do is we are just going to paste this webhook URL right over here in the submit entry endpoint. Okay, so I'm just going to paste this webhook URL, and after pasting this URL right over here we have to click on this save. And as soon as we're going to click on this save, yes, you can see that we have successfully saved this. So now what we have to do is I'm just going to go towards the publish, and yes, with this we have successfully created a connection between our Cognito Forms account and our Pabbly Connect's workflow. Alright, but now you can see that it is saying waiting for a webhook response, and in the notes it is saying do a test submission / record. So in order to capture this webhook response, we have to do a test submission or record. So what we have to do is I'm just going to open this form, and over here you can see that this is my URL. So I'm just going to open this in a new tab, and over here you're going to see that this is my form. All right, so we're going to do the test submission so that we can capture the webhook response. So let's say that for the first name I'm going to keep it as test. For the last name, let's say that I'm going to keep it as user only. For the company, let's say that I'm going to keep it as Pabbly only. For the email, I'm going to keep it as test@pabblytunes.com. So I'm just going to enter it right over here. And now for the address, let's say that I'm going to keep it as street new. For the city, Bhopal. State as Madhya Pradesh. Let's say that this is the pin code. And now for the country, I'm just going to select it as India. So I'm just going to look for India, and then we're going to select it. Once again, we're going to enter the phone number right over here. So let's say that I'm going to enter the phone number as this. We're going to move on forward. It is saying service interested in. So let's say further I'm just going to select it as digital advertising and click on submit. And as soon as we're going to click on submit, yes, you can see thank you for filling out the form. Your response has been recorded. So I'm just going to open my workflow, and yes, you can see that Pabbly has captured the response for the same. So yes, this was possible because we created a connection between our Cognito Forms account and our Pabbly Connect's workflow. You can see all the details which we entered. You can see the same name, you can see the same phone, you can see the same service interested in. Over here we're going to look for the rest of the details too. Over here you can see the rest of the details too. You can see the same email, the same business name, and also you can see the same address which we entered. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our trigger step, and now what will happen is that as soon as a new entry is made in my Cognito Forms account, automatically my workflow would be triggered and Pabbly is going to capture the response for the same. Alright, so further what I want is I want to add Cognito Forms submission details in Google Sheets. So for my action application, I'm just going to select it as Google Sheets. So I'm just going to search for Google Sheets right over here, and as you can see the same, so we're going to select it. And now it is asking me for the action event. So for my action event, I'm just going to select it as add new row and click on connect. And as soon as we are going to click on connect, it is asking me to add a new connection or select an existing connection. So if you have already connected your Google Sheets account with your Pabbly Connect's workflow, you can click on this select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection, and now we have to click on this button which says sign in with Google. Alright, so I'm just going to click on this button right over here, and as soon as we are going to click on this sign in with Google, it is going to ask me to select my Gmail account. And after selecting my Gmail account, Pabbly is asking me for some permissions. So what we have to do is we have to just click on this allow and give Pabbly all the permissions it is asking for, because my data is secure with Pabbly. You can also click on this allow. Pabbly is safe. And as soon as we are going to click on this allow right over here, yes, you can see authorization successful. With this, we have successfully created a connection between our Google Sheets account and our Pabbly Connect's workflow. And now it is asking me for the spreadsheet. So we have to select the spreadsheet for which we want to create this automation. So as you can see, the name of my spreadsheet is lead details. All right. So we're just going to select the same spreadsheet right over here. So after selecting the spreadsheet for which we want to create this automation, it is asking me to select the sheet. So here you can see that my sheet name is sheet 1. So we have selected the same right over here. We are going to move on forward. It is asking me for the name, business name, email, phone, and the services interested in. Alright, so as you can see that these are the same details which we have mentioned in the columns right over here of our Google Sheets. So we are just going to enter these details one by one from the response of our previous step, so that we can add that same details right over here in my Google Sheets too, right? So what we're going to do is we are just going to map the details. So you must be wondering what is mapping, right? So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step, where we selected Cognito Forms as our trigger application. So we are going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only, and as soon as we're going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received. So over here I'm going to give you an example that it is asking me for the name, right? So let's say that I'm going to enter the name right over here manually by typing it like this. Then this will not change with every new response received, because this is a static information and I have entered it manually. But let's say that we're going to erase this right from here and map it from the previous response. So I'm just going to look for name in the previous response, and as you can see, the name which is test user. So let's say we are just going to map this name from the previous response, then this will definitely change because my previous response will also change. So that's why we do mapping right over here to run our workflow in real time. And as we mapped the name, we are going to map the rest of the details too. All right, so this is going to map the business name. So I'm just going to search for business name, and as you can see, Pabbly, so we're going to map it. Over here we are going to map the email, so I'm just going to look for email, and as you can see, the email test@pabblytunes.com, so we're going to map it. Now it is asking me for the phone number, so I'm just going to look for phone number right over here in the previous response, and as you can see, the same, so we're going to map it. Now it is saying service interested in, so I'm just going to map the details right over here too. So I'm just going to look for service interested in, and as you can see, digital advertising, so we're going to map it. Now after mapping all of these details, I'm just going to click on this save and send test request, and as soon as we are going to click on this save and send test request, yes, you can see that we have received a positive response that we have successfully added these lead details into our Google Sheets. So I'm just going to open my Google Sheets and check for the lead details added. All right, so I'm just going to open my Google Sheets, and yes, you can notice that the lead details have been added right over here automatically. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow, and now what will happen is that as soon as a new entry is made in my Cognito Forms, automatically the lead details would be added right over here in my Google Sheets. That too without any manual efforts. This workflow is going to run in backend, and we can just sit back and relax. We don't have to come back and again to our workflow to click on save and send test request. So yes, this was it for the video, and if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. And for your reference, I'll just clone this workflow and share the workflow link in the description box so that you can access my workflow. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you for watching.
So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can integrate many more applications. So if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.